Hello and welcome. We are going to get started on our master budget example. Hopefully everyone has their worksheet for this module. If you have it printed out, that is ideal. That way you can write down not only the answers, but how we got them, where we pulled the numbers from. This master budgeting, we're going to start up high and the numbers are going to flow down. So it's going to be really important that you know where we're getting different numbers from. If you don't have a printer, no worries. You can have this up on a separate screen, maybe watch the videos on your phone, however you want to do it. Maybe you have two screens. I'm not quite that fancy yet. Okay, but we're going to start with the sales budget. But let me show you what we have in the worksheet first, just so you're not thinking like, wow, there's a lot of crazy stuff here. All right, so we're going to start, we're doing the budget for Q2 for Payne Company, and it's Q2 of 2017. And Q2, second quarter, means we're going to be doing the budget for April, May, and June. Okay, so right before April is March. So we have here our March 31st balance sheet, and we're going to need some of these numbers to incorporate into our budget for Q2. The second tab here is additional information. So this is information about our company policies, about what we expect to be able to sell, about what we expect to purchase from a fixed assets perspective, if we expect to pay dividends, what our tax rate is. This is like the sheet that you're going to be referencing back to all throughout this example. So keep this handy. And in fact, if you have printed out the worksheet, don't staple this one in, pull it out so you have it separate so that when you are going through, you always have it easy to reference. All right, then we have our budgets. We're going to start with the operating budget. So we'll have sales, production, direct materials, direct labor, and overhead. Then we're going to have our selling expense, general admin budget. We're going to do a cash budget, a budgeted income statement, and a budgeted balance sheet. You're like, wow, that sounds like a lot. And it probably feels like a lot, but we're going to go pretty quickly with it. So let's get started. And we're going to start here today with our sales budget. We always start with our sales budget. Okay, that's an excellent multiple choice question. We always start with our sales budget. All right, so the first thing it wants to know is what's our budgeted sales in units? And you're like, I don't know. And we don't know, right? So what we've done probably is we've gone and talked to our sales manager and said, hey, how many do you think you can sell? And as it turns out, A here, row 3, under our additional information, our sales manager has said, hey, we expect to sell 10,500 units in April, 9,500 units in May, 10,000 units in June, and 10,500 units in July. All right. So we're just going to enter this here. So it was 10,500 for April, 9,500 for May, 10,000 for June, and I think it was 10,500 for July. Make sure. You can always go back and check. 10,500, 9,500, 10,000, 10,500. Okay, cool. Now you're probably saying, hey, you just told me I'm only doing the budget for April, May, and June. Why do I have these budgeted units for July? That will all become clear when we get to the production budget. But for now, just roll with me. All right, price per unit. Oh my gosh, what are we selling these for? Anytime I'm like, I don't know where to get this information, the answer is probably on our additional information sheet. And in fact, in row 4 here, it tells us the product selling price is $25 a unit. So I'm going to do 25, 25, 25, 25. All right. So to get our budgeted sales in units, we were given our budgeted sales in dollars. We're just going to take our budgeted sales in units each month, and for April, 10,500, and multiply by our price per unit, what we're selling it for, which is $25. So our budgeted sales dollars for April is $262,500. I'm going to just copy my formula over. I could have just done it individually, each of these columns. It would give me the exact same thing. So in May, we have budgeted sales units of $9,500 and budgeted sales dollars, $237,500. In June, we have budgeted sales units of 10,000 units and budgeted sales dollars of $250,000. All right, that completes our sales budget. I'll see you in the next one.